So, how do you like the wonderful music that the bar was nice enough to play loudly for us? Yes, it's very thoughtful of them to make sure that our comedy doesn't accidentally drown them out. So, I am wearing a striped shirt with a striped suit because I fucking can. No laugh at all. No laugh at all. Nobody finds that slightly odd. Only one guy here is wearing a tie besides me. You ought to know, that's a strange thing to do. Losing the mic stand. And I got my flag tie on. I recently heard a conversation. People were discussing whether or not it should be legal to burn the American flag. And didn't we settle that like 30 years ago, something like that? Didn't we already decide that issue? Yes, it's legal. Like, how is this even still a thing? And you know that this was just a diversionary political tactic. You know, this is how politicians bullshit people into not thinking about economics, not thinking about foreign policy. Flags! We like flags! That's a distraction technique. And here's how I know it was a distraction technique. Back in the late 80s, there were people in the Supreme Court spending hours and days and months and years discussing whether or not burning a flag is a form of self-expression protected by the First Amendment. Now, all these free market capitalist Republicans, any one of them at any time could have just walked into that courtroom and just said, you can burn the flag because you paid for it. And just leave. That's all. There is not one conservative that wouldn't have said, oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, but we like money, we like owning things. Yeah, you own the flag. You paid for it. Okay, we can forget about that and move on to other issues that are actually important and relevant. But no, they didn't do that. Not one of them said that. And I'm sure they thought of it. But not one of them actually brought up that point. Instead, they tried to make it abstract, self-expression. Why? Because it was left ambiguous and we can fight with each other over it and not pay attention to the economic issues. This is why I don't do politics. I get too serious. It's like, I forgot to make it funny. Yeah. Yeah, but, I do. But, you know that they love these distraction techniques, these divisive tactics, because you just watch a Republican, and I'm going to pick on the Democrats later, so... But right now, let's just focus on the Republicans, because these people are super, super religious fanatics. They love Jesus, they love the Bible, right up until the election's over, and then they don't give a fuck. Then, 2 years later, there's another election, a presidential election or a midterm election, and suddenly they get religion again. And none of the voters notices a pattern. Not one of the voters goes, hey, these people weren't religious for like 2 years. And now suddenly they're religious. No, they just think they got like goldfish. Voters have goldfish memories. Here's how I know. Here's how mice are smarter than voters. Here's how I know this. You put a mouse in a cage with a button. The mouse pushes a button, he gets an electric shock, he doesn't push that button again. You put a voter in a voting booth, no matter how much he gets burned or shocked, he will keep pushing that same button every fucking time. Mice are smarter than American voters. But I would love to be at a Republican National Convention and actually try to see one of them read from the Bible. I would just love to see the awkwardness of that. You're like, oh, the Bible. Oh, I live my whole life by that. Jesus' teachings, they're so important to me. That's how I define my whole life. Like, oh, you love the Bible? What's your favorite part? Oh, like all of it. You know, like the whole thing. Like, okay, oh, you have a Bible right here with you. Oh, well, that's convenient. Okay, well, here's let me read some of the passages I like here. Like, yeah, and then the animals. You got all those animals on a boat. What the fuck? I mean, I'm sure that totally happened. Here, let me. Oh, Jesus. Oh, yeah. Here's a good Jesus quote. Somebody strikes you on the cheek. Turn and give him the other one. Is that a misprint? I'm pretty sure that if somebody strikes you on the cheek, you should send in military forces to occupy the area. I'm pretty sure that's an appropriate response. Oh, here's a great quote. Every Republican in Washington can get behind this one. Jesus said, "It is easier for a camel to move through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter." What the fuck? Jesus is a fucking idiot! Is what a Republican would say. Fucking socialist, pacifist asshole. I'm not listening to that guy. Now, when I said Jesus was my hero, I meant Ronald Reagan. Yeah, Ronald Reagan is my hero. Yeah, well, what are some of the great things he did? What, amnesty for illegal immigrants? Fuck, he did that. I meant to say Richard Nixon. Richard Nixon's my idol. I do everything. Like some of the great. What did he do? The Environmental Protection Act. Fuck that guy. How about Ayn Rand? Is she still an asshole? Yes? Okay, she's my hero. Yes, Ayn Rand is still my hero. She has the support of the church, doesn't she? Does she have the support of any churches? Just the Church of Satan? Close enough. She has the support of a church. I did not make that up. Ayn Rand is actually supported by the Church of Satan. Yes, and but I would like to turn this, and the Democrats, I'd like to fuck with them too, because they're so much fun. I would like to see a Democrat with absolute power, just to see what they do with it. Like Democrats, like, oh, we need to change this country. We need to legalize marijuana. We need to legalize drugs. We need to legalize gay marriage. And we need to save the rainforest. We need to fix the ozone layer. We need to help the unemployed. We need to fix everything in the country. Okay, we just gave you the White House. Do it. Right now? But it'll never pass in Congress, so we can't get Congress. Okay, you've just been given a majority in the House of Representatives. Yeah, but they'll block it in the Senate. I mean, the Republicans in the Senate, they'll never let us get away with it. You just got the majority in the Senate. Yeah, but they're going to filibuster. You just got a supermajority that blocks the filibuster. Yeah, but they're going to cause a lot. The Republicans don't stand in the way. You have total control of the White House and Congress. There's conservative judges on the Supreme Court. They're like, okay, we have given you godlike powers. We have just made you the supreme dictator of all of America. Now, what are you going to do? Well, we have to get rid of those corporate bailouts, don't we? Okay. The guys who financed your campaign also? Yeah. Okay, so go ahead, revoke the tax breaks for billionaires and the corporate bailouts. Right now? Yeah, right now. There's some corporate representatives standing right here watching. Well, tell them that you're not gonna cater to them anymore and socialize the whole economy. All right, go ahead. I'm gonna. Next term. Not feeling well today. I think there might be one Republican left on Twitter who might have a problem, and I don't want to go against the will of the American people, unless all 300 million of them are on board. Democrats don't do shit. And what else can I say? How's my time? Just about 1 minute? All right, let me just wrap it up with a couple of my old jokes. I saw a commercial for Bud Light. It said it's endlessly refreshing from start to finish. How can something be endless and have a finish? Can you imagine if there was such a thing as endless refreshment? You want a Bud Light? No thanks, I had one 15 years ago, I'm still refreshed. Then I saw a commercial for a blender called the Magic Bullet. Said it works like, it's called the Magic Bullet because it works like magic. Bullshit, it works like a fucking blender. You put fruit in there and a smoothie comes out, that's not magic. You pull a rabbit out of there, then it'll give you fucking magic. Why do they call it the Magic Bullet anyway? Why do you, when I have a smoothie, I don't want to be thinking about the thing that killed JFK. I think I'm going to end on that note. I'll get back up.